What's up, guys? Welcome back to the oh my god. Who are we? The Babbling Bards podcast.
We are the Babbling Bards. Is that our new name?
Yes. Yes, it is. We'll switch it to Bubbling Bards for a day in the life.
Are you bubbly? Bubbly?
I'm always bubbly. I'm more bubbly than a fizzy lifting drink.
Hey. You should tell them what happened at work today.
I saw some customers.
No,
I put
not
out
that.
a couple of fires.
No, not that. I think they'll get a kick out of it.
Do you?
Maybe.
So
I did.
So Liliana's laughing at me because I'm what one might call excited.
Bubbly?
I'm excited about the Xenite retreat.
Yes.
Because we're getting to go.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like stupid stoked. Well, my boss today, she's manager, I'm assistant she's the store manager, I'm the assistant manager. And so I can still call her my boss even though she doesn't really like it. So I just call her blonde leader. So we're talking and she said, "So what is it you're doing in April? Why am I having to come in and unlock the store and you're not going to be here?" Because you know the store can't run when you're not here. I said, "Yes, I know. But I am going on the Xenite retreat." And she's like, "You're going on a retreat?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "You're going to be in the woods with all the dirt?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Maybe it's not woods, you know? It's civilized. I've seen pictures." And she goes, "Well, what are you going to do there?" And I said, "Oh, we'll do all kinds of stuff." She's like what? And I said, "Oh, paint ourselves blue and howl at the moon." And she gives me this look. And she said, "Trista, what kind of a retreat are you and Liliana going on?" I said, "It's a Xena retreat." And she was like, "Okay. So, tell me." And she's looking at me like I'm absolutely nuts at this point in time. And she looks at me and she says, "So, exactly how long are you going to paint yourself blue and howl at the moon?" And I said, "Till sister sun chases sister moon away." Like, all perky. And she just gives me this look and then just turns and walks away. So then, get home. I've had it in my noggin to tell Liliana about this interaction because she knows Blonde Leader.
Yeah.
She's funny. She gets a kick out of her. So, it like slipped my mind because my last part of the day was just shit. You know? So, I came home. I was kind of grouchy. Like, I wasn't grouchy with Liliana because, you know, she didn't do anything wrong. It was just work stuff. You know how sometimes you just have work stuff?
Yes.
And you just, like, want to rip people's heads off, but you don't because murder's still a crime? So, it totally left my noggin. And so, then I got a notification for Xenite Retreat. And, this girl's like, "Best part of my work day was talking about howling at the moon until sister sun chases sister moon away." And I was like, "Dude, I legit had that exact same conversation at work today." I got so excited. So great minds, you know? It's like, whoa.
So she said the same thing to her coworkers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how her conversation played out, but you would have to understand where we live. I mean, we live in Central Valley with all the farmers, with the ducks and goats and geese, and people vegetate till they die here. And, oh my god, we live in Potadilla! So, you would just have to understand the atmosphere. It's a very conservative-minded area.
Yeah.
You know? So, they, don't branch out a lot. And, Blonde Leader, my boss, she's not conservative by any means. But she just, looked like I was just a foreign object. She truly did. Looked at me like I was batshit crazy. She did.
I'm sure she did.
Crazy like Callisto when Callisto was in hell with the wings and the horns. Crazy, horny Callisto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or when the Furies inhabited Xena's head and she went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's what she looked at me like. But anyway.
Oh my goodness.
So, that was my conversation today.
That's fun.
What have been some fun conversations you guys have had?
Let us know.
In reference to Xena Warrior Princess. I told you mine, now you tell me yours.
Yep.
Liliana used to make Xena references all the time before I watched the show.
Did it?
Yeah, when I lived in Georgia, and I'd give you, like, that blank look.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, it's Xena. I was like, oh, okay, never watched it. I watched Xena when I was, like, delirious on pain medication. Like, the very first episode when I told you, you know, I was like, I'll try and watch it. And at the time, they had it on Netflix. Mm-hmm. I watched, like, the first episode, and I was like, I'm understanding, like, every other word of this. So, then when I moved out, Liliana converted me. But I'd hit her back with Buffy comebacks. So, you know. Anyway, we are on the episode Destiny.
Destiny. Yes,
are you so excited?
Yes.
How many chakrams do you give this episode, Liliana? Because you really like this
I like
episode.
it. I give it a 5.
You give it a 5?
Because I really like it. Yes. And I love the music in this episode.
You just like Caesar.
He's one of those that you love to hate.
I don't like him, period. Which is a bad thing to say, because he's Italian, man. You know, you'd think I'd...
Uh-huh.
You know. I have no loyalty to Caesar. One of my ancestors was probably one of the conspirators that stabbed him.
Oh, yeah?
Probably. I mean, my family has a deep, deep, deep history soaked in blood, so, you know. Most Italians do. They just don't want you to know that. They want you to think they're fun-loving and boisterous and all hugs and, oh, la famiglia! Veni, veni. Not all of them. So, you give it a 5.
Yes.
I'm probably right there with you. I like the episode a lot. I can't stand Caesar. Mm-hmm. He would be the only thing that would lower the score. But I can rise above.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of meat in this episode.
Yeah.
And you know how I like meat. Well, in the episodes.
Yes.
In real life, not so much. I'm not so much a meat person. But I feel bad for it. It's got a mama. You know.
It's got what?
It's got a mama.
It's got a mama.
Yeah, most time when you eat meat, it's something that's had a mama.
Oh, I'm like, what?
You know? And I have a hard time. So anyway, back to Kesar.
January 27th, 1997, original air date.
Yeah?
Yes.
When we opened this... Oh, you didn't let me finish what I was saying about the episode.
Well, I just said the original air date. Go ahead, take it away.
Take it away, Irony.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
It's going to be a bumpy ride. So, yeah.
Yes.
But no, I dig the episode. I like the history in the episode. Mm-hmm. And I actually like the fact that the episode is historically accurate. Did you know that?
No.
It is.
I did not.
Like, not the Xena-ness of it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the Battle of Troy and then Caesar running around.
Yeah.
You know, that happened like 600 years apart. So, damn, Xena be looking good for her age. She does. So, that'd make her like 623 years old.
A little bit old.
Yeah. But, anywho. But no, I dig the episode. I like the history. Mm-hmm. This episode was also originally titled Why and Where. And it was originally written with Xena surviving at the end of the episode. But Lucy Lawless brought about the death of Xena.
Uh-huh.
Because when she got her boo-boo going on Jay Leno's show, her body still had to rest. Yeah. But if they had gone according to regular plan, she wouldn't have died till the Ides of March. Mm-hmm. Would have been Xena's first death. Technically, it would have been her first death. Technically, this is her first death. Because in the episode The Greater Good, she doesn't really die. Yeah. You know, she tells Gabrielle she wasn't really dead. She wasn't
really dead, yeah.
So, she just needed to rest. Mm-hmm. And this episode was also nominated in 97 for an Emmy for Outstanding Music Composition in a Series.
I like the music in this
I know you do. I do too. It does have it's got some really good music.
Yeah.
I'm a music junkie. I like the music. Mm-hmm. So when we open up this episode, we're in Syria.
Right?
Right?
Yes.
And Gabrielle's, commenting on how how beautiful it is.
Right.
And Xena is telling her, to her it's the ugliest place on earth. And Gabrielle's like, you can't keep punishing yourself for what happened. And Xena tells her she's not punishing herself, she just came back because she wanted to understand why.
Right.
Yeah. Why she was who she was.
Mm-hmm.
And how she's able to redeem what she's done.
To atone.
Yeah. That's it. That's the word.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Gabrielle, being all supportive gal pal, because, Gabrielle's Xena's bra.
Yes.
She, holds her boobs up. And her Xena up. Okay. She raises her up. I'm sorry. She tells her, you've changed. And then she, almost slips into Xena circa season 1. Because she tells... You remember the conversation they had in Cradle of Hope? When Xena... Yeah, you do. When Xena throws the stone into the water.
Oh, yeah.
And she's, trying wisdom for the first time.
Right.
Gabrielle does the same thing to Xena here.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you changed like this valley. It was once a place of death and violence.
Now it's full of beauty and life.
Yeah. And she tells Xena the same change has happened in her.
Right. Yeah.
And Xena doesn't see it that way.
No, she doesn't.
So she's going to go on down.
Goes on down to the village, and then she starts having flashbacks to when her army attacked.
Right. And then she sees Callisto.
Young Callisto.
Young Callisto, which is played by Rebecca Kopaka. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Rebecca Kopaka, who also reprises the role of young Callisto in the Hercules episode Armageddon 2. Armageddon Now, Part 2. Armageddon or Armageddon Now?
I don't remember.
No, Armageddon Now.
I think so.
The second one.
Now.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And we also have our first oopsie.
What's that?
Think about it, honey. Picture young Callisto in your noggin.
Okay.
And picture grown Callisto in your noggin.
Okay.
One's clearly taller than the other. What's the other difference? They're both blonde. The kid has blue eyes.
Eye color?
Yeah. Kid has blue eyes. Callisto has brown eyes. Because grown Callisto's full of shit. That's why. Why she's brown. That's not true for everybody. Okay. Brown eyed, but
Hey, I'm brown eyed.
I know.
So what are you saying?
I just said it wasn't true for everybody that was brown eyed. Oh my god. Spirit of offense.
Anyways.
Oh, I forgot one of the most important tidbits about this episode.
Yes.
This is Rob Tappert's directing debut.
Right.
It's the very first thing he ever directed.
He wrote it too, yeah?
Yeah.
This episode.
He wrote it too. And also came up with the story concept.
Yeah.
He directed 4 episodes on the Xena series. He directed this one, Paradise Found, and Friend in Need 1 and Friend in Need 2. So those are the only time he's,
directed.
Yeah. Oh. Everything else, his words final on it, but, because, executive producer. But he stepped into his directing shoes. Started bossing Lucy around, and, the rest is history.
Yeah.
He did a good job, though. I actually like all the episodes that he directed. I mean, I may not agree with the end of Friend in Need.
Yeah.
But the shots are gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And the acting is, just amazing. But anyway, he's got a good eye to direct.
Yeah,
Yep. Anyway.
All right. So, Xena rushes back to where Gabrielle was and finds that she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
All that remains is her staff.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been swooped up by
the Children of the Sun.
Children of the Sun. Is that what they call themselves?
Yeah.
So you see her tied up with a bunch of other people.
Mm-hmm.
What, are they gonna be sacrificed or something?
Probably. Or enslaved. I'm pretty sure they were just taking them as slaves.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, if you look at the comparison, you've got the little kid that has the same Gaelic amulet that Malila had.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're probably just taking them to enslave them. Probably. I would think.
Yeah. Probably.
Because, I mean, let's face it, most of the Xenoverse hinges on parallels.
Yeah.
You know, something's always symbolic for something else. So.
Yeah. So you got this, what's his name? Sidicles?
Yeah, I don't know.
The lead guy?
It's never called in the episode.
In the episode, no.
Yeah.
But he's like praying and
Lord of
asking,
the Moon, Mistress of the Stars.
asking for a sign, and then here comes Xena, and he's all, "Hail, goddess! We are your servants. Tell us our future."
I got nothing but bad news for you.
Yep. And then they, you know.
And then, if you guys pay attention during this fight scene, we got a truckload of oopsies in the fight scene. The kicks, of course, are not landing. People are falling before they're kicked or hit. Which is okay. Also, the chakram has decided, once again, that it's magic. It keeps disappearing and then reappearing throughout the entire fight. Did you know that? Did you notice that?
No.
But then Xena chunks the chakram, cuts all the prisoners loose,
Yep.
tosses Gabrielle her staff,
Mm-hmm.
and Gabrielle be all, run! Then they run.
They all run.
And then the children of the sun run after them.
Yep.
And Gabrielle keeps running.
And Xena runs.
And Xena runs.
Everybody's running.
Yes. Whew, that's too much cardio. Oh, I'm tired. I'll slow it down, Liliana.
Okay.
They leave. Well, they keep running. Isn't it? They keep running, and then they'll stop. And then you cut back, and Gabrielle's still telling them to run.
Yeah, well.
And then the kid stays behind.
Yeah. The little girl
Goes and crouches
stops
behind a bush.
and ducks down behind the bushes and is like watching Xena and the other lead guy.
Yeah. Sidicles, you called him.
That's what.
That's what he's credited as, huh?
Yeah.
So, he cuts loose the battering ram. The big log.
Yeah.
Giant tree log battering ram.
Mm-hmm.
And Xena pushes the kid down.
And then Xena gets hit by it and goes flying in the air. And hits the tree.
So you could say, I guess, that he was the wind beneath her wings.
Okay. And then, Gabrielle comes over, and you didn't notice this until we just rewatched it, that Gabrielle got stabbed in the leg.
Yeah.
You're like...
Because,
I've never seen that.
Maybe, now that I think back on it, I vaguely remember it happening.
Uh-huh.
But I think somewhere it got transposed over with another episode.
Maybe, don't know.
Possibly. Because because more than anything, I remember her, like, freezing and trudging up Mount Nestos.
Yeah.
So, I never, really paid attention, I guess, to the stab on her leg. But she falls down, and of course, instead of it being her leg, her first thought is, Xena's hurt.
Right.
Yeah. Xena's hurt. Must be Monday.
Okay.
That's a Buffy reference. For those of you Buffy people.
That would be Tuesday.
Yeah, but
I know.
But Xena aired Monday, not Tuesday. Okay.
I know.
Alright.
Anyways.
Yes.
So, I mean, you can see that Xena's, like, really hurts.
Yeah. And Gabrielle's panicking,
Yeah.
like pleading with her, please wake up.
Yeah. And Xena's asking her to take her to Mount Nestos.
Yeah. Well, she tells her, she's like, Gabrielle the girl.
Like, what girl?
Yeah. She says, only she can save me. And Gabrielle's telling her, one of the captives, they're all gone.
Yeah, yeah.
And so Xena tells her to take her to Mount Nestos.
Mm-hmm.
Mount Nestus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she whistles for Argo.
Gabrielle's like, I don't know if I can, it's too far.
Right.
But Argo comes on in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. Then we go back 10 winters.
Flashback.
And this is the
10
very
winters.
first time that this is really the first time that we take an in-depth look at Xena's past.
Right. So now, are they in Amphipolis?
Amphipolis.
They're in right?
No, she's raiding a village.
Okay.
She's raiding a village, and remember, she tells them, that they're in Neapolitus.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And she tells them, people of Neapolitus,
That's right.
that, you're free to go. Spread the word. We'll punish anybody or any village that allies with the enemies of Amphipolis.
Right.
So she's defending her homeland.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. And then you see one of her...
Tellus.
Tellus?
Tellus, yeah.
Tellus. He's got a captive with him, I guess.
Yes.
And, they have no clue who he is.
We wish we didn't have a clue who he was. But we do.
Yeah.
He's Caesar. Julius Caesar. And Caesar's, pushing Tellus really badly.
Oh, yeah.
He's telling him, you've got a woman's touch. I'm not used to eating something that's been touched by a pig. And
yeah, he's just taunting him.
And then Xena, Tellus is ready to just, slash him.
To kill him. Yeah.
And Xena catches his wrist.
Should have just let him kill him.
Right?
But anyways.
But Xena's realized that he's a Roman nobleman.
So she's thinking, whoa, huge ransom.
Because, pirate Xena. Mm-hmm. Now this is one of my little fun facts that I have.
Okay.
Because you remember how I said that this one's kind of more accurate with history?
Yeah.
So Xena usually focuses on, myths and legends, This one focuses on history. It was not around, because Caesar was only alive from 109 BC to 60 BC maybe, or 63 BC. I can't remember the exact dates. Anyway, 1st century BC, Caesar is kidnapped by pirates, and he's ransomed back to the Roman Empire. And then after he gets ransomed back, he decides that as a warning to all pirates and anybody that would oppose Rome, that he's going to capture all pirates and crucify them on the beach. It's actually where the Bahamas, if you ever go to the Bahamas and you take the Pirates and Dungeons tour, the dude that reigned over the Bahamas for the longest time, back in early centuries, 13th century, 14th century, he got that idea from Caesar. Because word would spread about that, because piracy was so rampant, back in those days. So he took a note from Caesar and was like, hey, we can do this too. Except for instead of just crucifying them, he would tar and feather them as well. That's my little fun fact.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
Okay. So now Xena's talking ransom.
And did you know that this story about her history?
Huh.
You would think that it would be covered in the debt. Because that's the second time we see her history flashing back.
Okay.
It's not. The continuation of what happened after Caesar and after she got off the cross is actually covered in Last of the Centaurs. It's not continued on until season 6. Because she meets up with Boreas in Hungary right after that.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Alrighty.
History nerd, I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
I just get so pumped!
Well, okay then.
You're gonna paint yourself blue and howl at the moon with me?
Oh.
Are you gonna? Will you?
Are you gonna paint yourself blue?
I'll paint myself blue, I just can't do the mud thing. If it's blue mud, I'm fucked.
It's gonna be blue mud.
No, it's not. It's gonna be blue paint.
It's gonna be all over your skin.
It's gonna be blue paint.
Don't put it on your face.
I'm gonna look like a Smurf. Hey there, little Red Riding Hood. That's what it's gonna remind me of. It's the Little Red Riding Hood song by the Rolling Stones. Every time somebody howls, that's what it's gonna remind me of. I'm so excited.
Okay. I couldn't tell.
Anyway, so let's talk
ransom.
Let's talk about Caesar.
Let's talk ransom.
Caesar, with or without anchovies?
No.
But when you make Caesar dressing, you have to have anchovies. It's one of your key ingredients. It's okay. You mush them up in a blender.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you handle that?
No.
I may have to leave you to talk because I'm in desperate need of a Code Red Mountain Dew.
Uh-huh.
You got that?
No.
Sure you do.
No.
So,
Talking ransom.
yeah.
20,000 isn't enough.
No.
Because, they'll never believe that they have her. They have him.
Yes.
That's all they're asking.
I know. So?
Because, he's worth 5 times that.
So 100,000 dinars.
100,000 dinars.
But,
If they want, what's his name back? Caesar. Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar. The kids, when we watched this episode the first time, I was like, oh my god, because the boys are funny when they watch, well, it used to be, before they got a little older. Anyway. But you remember when we were doing the Xena watch through, they would get their swords, and they'd come just sit in the living room with their swords while we were watching Xena. Do you remember that?
Just sit there with them.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't like swing them or act a scene out or anything. They just wanted to have the swords while they were watching Xena. And Steven turns around because Steven's all like, he claims he's, they're full-blooded Portuguese, but he claims that they're, he says they're Port Italians.
Port Italians.
Or Italiports. Italiports. That's what he calls it. He turns around with his sword and he said, "Hey, Trista, do you know who that is?" And I said, "Who, Steven?" Because at this point, I still hadn't seen him. Yeah. He said, "It's Caesar." And I said, "Ah, don't you butcher that name. It's Caesar." Huh? That was literally our entire discussion. I'm like, Caesar. It's Caesar, not Caesar. Caesar. He was like, "It's Caesar." No, it's Caesar. So, he's like, "No, it's Caesar." And I said, "Dude, my family's Roman. It's Caesar." So,
that's funny.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Not really.
Yeah?
It's been so long ago.
Well, it's 3 years now.
Yeah.
That was a whole big...
But yeah,
that's big thing.
That
was when I was still throwing like Sharpies at the back of Kayla's head because she kept spoiling every second of Xena.
Yeah. Anytime she would say something, there goes a Sharpie. Ow! What?
It's like, dude, I haven't seen them yet. Shut up!
But yeah.
And that's how we raise children. We throw Sharpies at their heads.
Sharpies at them.
They like it. It's okay.
Okay. So.
They'd rather have me throw a Sharpie than snake spit at them.
Yes.
Okay, so we ransom Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells Xena that he knows that somebody would have stopped Tellus. Yeah. And she's like, how would you know that?
Because he knows his fate and his destiny.
Mm-hmm. And what's that?
To rule the world?
The world?
The world.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Good job. So then Caesar is taken away.
Yes.
And then we're back to Gabrielle
and Xena.
And Gabrielle's trying so hard to get Xena awake and to talk to her.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know where Mount Nestus is.
Mm-hmm.
She's asking, is it north?
Right.
Is it north of the river?
Mm-hmm.
And Xena answers her, but you can barely understand what Xena's saying.
Yeah.
So Gabrielle tells Argo, I think that's yes.
Yeah.
And then Xena's like, out again.
Right.
And then?
Then we're on the ship.
Right.
And
we've gone back to the flashback.
They have a stowaway.
Mm-hmm. And it's a freaking little ninja.
Little ninja. She'd be quick. She's flying all over the place.
Hence the ninja part.
I know.
She's part ninja, part flying squirrel. Right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. And she uses pressure points on Xena's legs, and she, like, pressure points Tellus's neck.
Mm-hmm.
And she finally gets caught.
Yeah. She gets caught.
And Xena, like, takes her hood off.
They're like, oh, it's a woman!
Oh, no! Never seen one of those before, because, you know, their leader's a dude.
Yeah.
Their leader's a Xena. Come on, now.
So, Xena wants to know what she did, like, to her leg. You know.
It's like,
she wants her to fix it.
She's like, we'll let you live if you show me what you did.
Right. So, and actually Caesar's the one that translated that.
Yeah.
Because she had no clue what she was saying. Right? Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Caesar translated
he didn't
that.
translate it yet.
He told her that. Well, okay.
No, he wasn't translating it yet. Because Xena's like pointing, you know. Okay. Fix my leg. Fix what you did.
It's when she wants him to fix what's his name? Tellus. But, you know, it's been more than 30 seconds because, you know, you have 30 seconds left. So, but anyway. Right. So she says in Gaelic. Mhm. And Caesar's the one that translated, you know, it's too late for him. Yep. And so that's when Xena, you know, tells Caesar, okay, tell her, I'll let her live if she teaches me how to do that.
That's right.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure that's how it is?
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Here we learned that Malilah's the person that taught Xena the pinch. Mm-hmm. That's very important.
Yes.
It's always one of your trivia questions.
And, you know, gave her design for her breastplate, her armor stuff.
Because look at Malilah's shirt. Mm-hmm. If you guys haven't paid attention before, look at the shirt.
I mean, it's pretty noticeable.
It's really noticeable, yeah. So. And I'm fairly certain, like, all of Xena fandom knows that by now.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
But,
yeah.
And Caesar tells Xena that she comes from the land of the pharaohs. And just for anybody that doesn't know, which I sincerely hope that there's nobody that doesn't know this. The land of the pharaohs is Egypt.
Yeah.
Western Gaul. Egypt. Yep. Well, she was taken from Western Gaul to Egypt. Mm-hmm. Somebody didn't know where the land of the pharaohs was. Which surprised me. But then again, I grew up Christian churches, you know. You grow up hearing about Moses going down to Egypt, telling Pharaoh to let his people go, you know. So, maybe that's why it clicked for me and it didn't click. But I mean, I thought that was like a thing.
Okay.
You know, because you're taught about Egypt and the pharaohs of Egypt in school. I mean, King Tut was a pharaoh, for God's sakes. Mm-hmm. You know, so.
Yeah. So then Caesar goes on to say how he's gonna, you know, conquer all of Gaul and all this. Because, you know, it's his destiny.
He's gonna conquer all 3 provinces.
Right.
Yes. And Xena's like, oh, that's right. You're fated to rule the world.
Right. Right.
And she's asking him, you know... Well, he tells her, you know, there's no accidents.
Only destiny.
Only destiny. Mm-hmm. She's like, who shapes the destiny? The gods?
Perhaps.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the blood in our veins, our souls, our desires. Our desires? Our desires or our wills.
Are you being bubbly again?
I'm being bubbly. No more bubbles.
So, yeah.
Because he thinks that they're all in it together.
Yeah.
Which isn't entirely accurate, because when you get to the episode when fates collide, he straight up goes to the fates.
Snip, snip.
Snip, snip.
Yep.
And totally reweaves.
Yeah.
His past. So, if he truly believed in destiny, which maybe dying does that to a person, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe being stabbed to death by a bunch of conspirators and a big hootenanny, you know. Maybe it does something to somebody. I don't know. And Xena tells him, he's fated to have dinner in her cabin.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad move, Xena. Bad move. You should have shackled them up and tossed them down below.
So now Xena has another friend.
Yes. And Telos gets tossed overboard.
Yes. Because
they laugh about it.
Well, I mean, he was kind of annoying.
Yeah, but still, I mean...
Maybe the piranhas will eat him.
Maybe they didn't like him. That's why they were laughing and tossing him
I didn't like him. I'd have chuckled the whole way down till he hit the water. But that's me.
So now we have Xena and Malila.
Yes. And Xena's all, pointing to her neck. Show me that thing that you do.
Yeah.
Not on my leg, on my neck.
Right.
So she does.
Malila was kind of hesitant at first, though.
She wasn't hesitant. I think she was just showing Xena that she had the power if she chose to use it. Mm-hmm. Her mission, should she choose to accept it. So,
yeah.
And she finally releases the pinch after Xena's already pouring blood out of her nose. And
well, I said she was hesitant to put the pinch on her.
Oh, to put it on her. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant when she was going to take it off.
No.
I think, though, that's because she didn't understand what she was saying at first. Because once it, dawned on her what she was asking, she just,
Yeah, but, I mean, you can see she was like, I don't know if I should do that.
Is that a good idea?
She's gonna have me killed.
And is Xena worried about the fact that she's only got 30 seconds to live? No. She's all, that was too fast. Take it off and do it again.
Yep.
And slower.
Yeah.
And then she starts panicking because she's, not...
Yeah. Not taking it off. So... And then she shows... And then she puts the pinch on Malila.
Yeah, because Malila,
shows her
because Xena won't let her do it to her again.
No.
She's like, no. You show me on yourself.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And do you notice, anytime it's somebody that doesn't speak the same language you do, I caught myself doing it today, and I felt so bad. I was so embarrassed, because I try so hard not to do this. When somebody does not speak the same language, there is a language barrier. It's not that they are deaf. They are not deaf people. Why is it
that everybody
raises their voice? It's not going to make them understand you any better. It's just going to think that you're angry with them.
You did that today?
I did that today, and I felt so bad. I actually brought my voice back down to a whisper and apologized. Because literally, the only thing I knew how to say was, lo siento. I'm sorry. And, he's like, oh, it's okay, mija. I'm like, all right. I'm like, oh, I felt so bad. Because that's, one of my biggest pet peeves is, when I hear my employees...
Yeah.
raise their... Because we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people here. I mean, we're in California. It was owned by Mexico before it was owned by the U.S. So, we've got a lot of Hispanics here. Well, a lot of Mexicans here.
Yeah.
And they come in, and there's so many different types of Spanish that with me being fluent in Italian, I can tell you for the most part what they're saying.
Yeah.
But as far as responding, it's half in Spanish and half in Italian. So they look at me like I'm, a nutball, So, one of my biggest pet peeves, and I will always pull my employees to the side, and I'll always say, hey, he speaks a different language. He's not deaf. Do not yell at him on my floor. If you do, I will write you up. I mean, that's literally a conversation I have with them every week. So I went back to sit at my desk after this conversation, and I'm all pointing my finger in my own face going, if you do that again, I will write you up.
You gonna write yourself up?
I'm gonna write myself up, apparently. But anyway, I did that today. But anyway, if you notice Xena, when she's talking to Malila, she's not, she knows that she's not understanding her, but she raises her voice just a little bit. Yeah. Teach me. Not on me. On yourself. It's like, dude, I so did that today. My life.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. And
then when Xena puts the pinch on Malila, she doesn't take it off right away.
She pulls off her necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the same necklace that the little girl had, too. But
Malila's wearing it as well when she gets on the boat.
Yeah.
Huh.
You didn't notice that? The little girl,
No, I noticed the little girl's necklace and Malila's necklace matched.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that Xena had on one that matched. Oh, she pulled off Malila's necklace.
No, but yeah, she...
Well, no wonder I didn't notice that Xena had one that matched, because she didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
This is getting really confusing.
She took Malila's.
Maybe it's I told you I needed a code red. I am not thinking at full Trista capacity.
But then later on in the episode, she has it back, so Xena must have given it back to her.
Either that or it's a continuity error.
Yeah.
Because, Xena's full of those.
But she becomes buddy with her afterwards.
Does.
So she probably, okay, here, you can have it back.
Maybe.
I know you can't understand what I'm saying, but here you go. Peace offering. Don't kill me in my sleep.
Peace. But anyway, she takes off Malila's necklace.
Yeah.
And then she releases the pinch from Malila, and then she tells her, see, I can play too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's when they became buddies.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think Xena would have killed her regardless, because, Xena, even when she was not so great of a person, she still had a code.
No.
She wouldn't kill women and children.
Right.
I mean, she wouldn't even kill Alti, for fuck's sake.
Gosh, you should have.
I like Alti.
Yeah, but...
I mean, she's not like one of my... As far as villains go, she's my favorite out of the villains,
Yeah.
But Claire Stansfield's amazing. So, she's like God in fur.
In fur?
Yeah. Because, she wears all those crazy things. Poor thing. When she got the role of Alti...
Uh-huh.
She thought she was going to get all these, slinky, sexy costumes. And they put her in this, fur, hideous, raggy outfit.
Amazon outfit stuff.
Well, the shamaness outfit,
Yeah.
And so she's just, making the best out of a bad situation. Poor thing. I freaking love Claire. Jesus fucking Christ, of course they are!
Mm-hmm.
That was about,
that was her response to someone asking if Xena and Gabrielle were, a thing.
Are we still talking about this? Jesus fucking Christ, of course they are.
Yep. Okay, and then we're in Xena's room on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
In comes Caesar, because she invited him to dinner.
I think she invited him to dessert.
Yeah, that too.
I don't think dinner was on the menu. I think Xena was on the menu. But he asked her, where'd you get that dress? Where'd you steal that dress?
May want to go back for the rest of it.
Yeah. And she's like, you complaining?
Not at all.
And she tells him, she told him that she got it in Stagira?
Stagira, yeah.
And he's like, well, why there? And she said it's an ancient enemy of Amphipolis.
Mm-hmm.
And so it clicks with him that she's only raiding and looting to protect
her village.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she goes on to tell him, it was attacked by a warlord, but I made sure that'll never happen again. Mm-hmm. Which I don't really understand that statement. Because the warlord that raided Amphipolis was Cortez.
Yeah.
So, either she's talking about another battle at Amphipolis, or she's stuck on the one with Cortez, but she says she's made sure it'll never happen again, but Cortez is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because we deal with him in Death Mask.
Yeah.
So, do you know what she's talking about? Or is that a continuity? deal? Or is she just trying to be all big, bad, and ugly? Or what?
Probably. I don't know.
So then she's asking Caesar, why he does what he does and why he is who he is. Mm-hmm. And Caesar tells her that it's the desire to be great.
You mean powerful, is what Xena says.
Yeah.
And he's all like, no, greatness. Because, what was it? Greatness isn't just about possessing power?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Having something.
And then Xena wants the two of them to work together.
Mm-hmm. Caesar go, huh? And she's like,
She's kind of bored of what she's doing, right?
Yeah.
Did she say she's bored?
And he tells her, oh, you want to help me conquer the world? She said, well, we'd be unstoppable. Mm-hmm. And he, makes the suggestive comment that he bet she knows a lot about conquests. Mm-hmm. And then they go on with their innuendo speech, and mm-hmm. It makes me sick. And then the sun comes up, and Xena's putting dinars back into a chest.
Yeah.
Because she's collected the ransom.
Dinars and jewels and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's collected the ransom for Caesar.
Right.
He's like, it's not all there. And she's like, yeah. I was just wondering if we'd see each other again. And Caesar tells her, very truthfully, mm-hmm. Moment won't pass when I'm not thinking of you.
Yeah.
And then he tells her he'll find her.
Yep.
He promises he'll find her. Ugh. And find her he does.
He does. He does. Then we're back on the ship.
And we have the worst lip-syncing singing scene known to man ever.
It's terrible.
Poor Ebony Smith, who plays Malila,
uh-huh,
is not on point.
No.
At all. I mean at all.
No, not at all.
She's the lips aren't syncing up with the words. Mm-mm. Do you know that she was on the Jeffersons?
No.
Ebony Smith was on the Jeffersons. She played Jennifer, maybe?
I have no clue.
You know what the Jeffersons is?
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Moving on up.
To the side.
No, I know.
She was on that. I didn't know she was old enough to have been on the Jeffersons. Yeah. I had no clue. Totally blew my mind.
Okay.
I found that out in my research.
Okay.
Aren't you so proud?
Yes.
Be proud of me, Liliana.
Yes.
I strive for your approval.
Okay.
Okay. Do I have it?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the lip syncing is just...
It's so bad.
It's not working. At all.
The song is gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
And the vocals, although not Ebony Smith's,
right,
are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
then as the song is playing, you see all the sea life.
Fishes!
All the dolphins and whales and...
There's whales?
I think there was
the whales.
I think there was a whale.
I saw the dolphins. I got excited about the dolphins.
I believe there was a whale. I may be mistaken, but I think there was a whale. I remember seeing black and white. But anyways, and then
they filmed it at SeaWorld?
And then we have Caesar.
Well, Malila tells Xena, Isht Caesar.
Yeah,
it's Caesar.
It's Caesar. Yeah. And she's like,
she's
no,
trying to warn Xena.
Trying to warn her, like, no, I mean, she doesn't say anything, but her expression and gesture is like, no, you can't let him on here.
Yeah. And Xena, tells her, oh, it's all right. He's my friend.
He's my friend.
They're buddies. They're not buddies. Caesar comes on the ship, and then he grabs Xena with a dagger at her throat. Mm. Why has somebody always got a dagger pointed at Xena's throat?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
So then he orders, his men to attack. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they take them all captive. And then where on the... Are we at the beach yet? Or no?
Yeah. Yeah, they just gotten to the beach. We have a different Brutus in this episode.
Yeah.
Brutus is later played by David Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what this poor fella's name was.
Oh, I read it somewhere. But I don't
So did
remember.
I, but I can't remember what it was.
Neither do I. But anyways.
I thought I had it in my notes, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
So, we're actually not on the beach yet. They had just captured them all, and they're all, like, kneeling all in a row right there. And he asks her...
That's right.
He asks... Caesar asks Xena what happened to...
The Gaelic slave girl.
The Gaelic slave girl, and she tells him that she had to kill her because she betrayed her.
She's throwing a hint at Caesar.
She was, yeah. But, and then,
Caesar's thinking, in terms of, she would have gotten a good chunk of change with the gladiators.
Dealers, yeah.
Gladiator dealers.
Yeah.
He's like, is that what you got planned to me? Thought we were going to conquer the world together.
No.
Liar.
Because according to Caesar, there is only Rome. And he is Rome.
There was never any us, Xena.
No.
Only Rome.
No.
And I am Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, such a pompous idiot.
Now we're at the beach and... Yeah. They're like crucifying everybody.
Xena's tied to a cross. This is the first time that we see Xena on a cross, but it will not be the last time.
No.
And you want to talk about sibling rivalry, Liliana? Do you want to talk about... You know what I got to say about sibling rivalry?
Go ahead.
So, the soldier that breaks Xena's legs, it's her brother, Daniel.
It's her brother.
Daniel Ryan.
Yeah.
Lucy Lawless's brother. Swung the hammer that broke his sister's legs.
Yeah. What was it that you were saying earlier? So, like, I bet she was just, like making faces at him.
Hamming it up.
Yeah. Hamming it up. Trying to get him to break character. And
yeah.
Just, yeah.
Well, I mean, you hear stories from, like, the conventions and Q&As that Lucy and Renee do, and then you see the bloopers and the behind the scenes and all this, and you got that one where it's Renee and she keeps telling Lucy, "Don't look at me, Lucy."
Yeah.
Lucy, stop.
Stop. Because, she's, like, making faces at her. So
Which Lucy swears she wasn't doing anything. Renee's like, "Oh, bullshit. Yes, you were."
So I'm pretty sure she was doing the same right here to her brother.
Well, I mean, they all of them talk about what a ham Lucy was on set.
Yeah.
And Renee, bless her heart, tried to be the prankster, and Lucy's like, she just wasn't very good at it, But I bet she was, because she's talked before about sometimes when you're older with your siblings, you still every now and again will get a sense of victory. I think she was talking about that in The Debt.
Okay.
I think it was The Debt Part 1. About how, when the older sibling gets something over on the younger one.
Yeah.
They like get this look on their face, but it's not a look of like, it's not meanness or anger. It's just, ha 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 ha. I win. I win, you lose. How we played the game. Nah, 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 nah. And I bet you that's what she was doing to her brother.
Yeah.
Because her back was to the camera and his wasn't.
Yeah.
Probably going, "Stop it, Lucy. Lucy, don't do it. Not this time. No."
She was probably like, "Please don't kill me."
Probably. "How could you do this? I'm your sister."
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Oh. And
he's credited as Roman #1.
Yeah. And then we are back
at present day.
Gabrielle.
And Argo. And Gabrielle's just like done.
Yeah.
She's just falling down in the snow. But Argo keeps going.
Yeah.
Because it's Argo Xena.
Okay.
and then Gabrielle realizes, that
she's getting worse.
That Xena's getting worse, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're back at flashback time again.
Yeah, we're back on the beach. And here comes Malila.
Lucy's brother has a speaking line here.
Oh, yeah.
Who goes there?
Who goes there?
I asked you a question.
Yeah.
And it's Malila. Mm-hmm. And she kicks their ass and takes their names.
Right. Gets Xena down.
So did she where Xena learned how to train horses from too then? Because she whistles and then out comes the horse. Mm-hmm. And maybe. Xena's got Argo like trained to a science with whistling.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. And then we're back with Caesar.
Mm-hmm. And he and Brutus are talking about an invasion.
Right.
And he's telling him, Caesar, you're moving too fast. Mm-hmm. And he says time's on his side, so take advantage of it.
All right.
And Caesar said, well, my time is now. The stuff that I took from the pirates is what's gonna finance the invasion, and he doesn't even have to go through the Senate.
So he used the ransom money that Xena got to finance his thing.
Right.
So he pretty much just stole the
money.
He ransomed himself, yeah. Well, that's a quick way to
make a buck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just realized that. I'm all like, wait a minute. So instead of giving the money back to whoever they got it from, the Senate?
Yep.
He was all like, I'll just keep this, thank you.
Yep. And he goes on and says, after he wins, then at the invasion that, the army and Rome will be his.
Yeah.
Because Caesar wants to be a dictator. I mean, there's not another way about it.
Right. Right. And then in comes little brother.
Daniel. He has a name.
Yeah.
He pops in. Roman number 1 comes in. He's like, the barbarian woman escaped.
Yeah. And so Caesar pretty much tells him, well, you're dead now. Your life is forfeit. You already know that. But he can redeem himself by capturing her.
And bringing her lifeless body to him.
Right.
And then Mr. Nathaniel Lees makes an appearance again. We haven't seen him since the episode Dreamworker. He played Manus in Dreamworker.
Right.
And he was the Blue Priest in Hercules and the Lost Kingdom. Mm-hmm. But we haven't seen him since he was trying to sacrifice Gabrielle.
Right.
To Morpheus.
He's Nikleo now.
Nikleo.
Mm-hmm. So Malila brings Xena to him. Mm-hmm. And
Xena's like, are you a healer?
You could say that. He's the healer.
Oh, he's Asclepius? So
and then
that was our flashback time with Malila. So now Gabrielle's going to knock on the same door.
Same door. Telling him that, her friend needs help. And then he sees that it's Xena.
Everything's coming full circle.
Full circle.
Mm-hmm.
And then Xena pretty much tells him,
Nikleo knows who she is, and Gabrielle's like...
Yeah. Well, Xena tells him, just to let her go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing he can do for her anyway.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah. And then we're back
in
the past.
Flashback Xena, and she is screaming bloody murder because he's resetting her bones.
Right.
Have you ever had a bone reset?
No.
I can tell you why she's screaming. Because, whoo! It hurts.
Hurts a little bit?
Yes. It hurts a lot a bit.
Yeah.
So, Xena doesn't know why Malila has saved her.
Right.
Why has she saved her?
Because it's not her time to die.
Well, she's not a god. She doesn't know that.
She just knows it's not her time to die.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Well, if not now, then when? So, then we're back in present day.
All right.
And we've got Nikleo and Gabrielle, and he's, trying to check where Gabrielle's hurt.
Right.
And Gabrielle, is like, well, will you help my friend? And he said, Xena can wait. I can do something about you.
Yeah.
And Gabrielle's like, what?
Oh, what do you mean? And yeah.
And then we go back to the past again. Mm-hmm. Whew, we're doing a lot of time jumping.
Right?
Jeez.
Right? So...
He's using acupuncture on her legs, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he's got the needles in her legs.
Does he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And he's like amazed that she's getting better so much quicker.
So quick, yeah.
And Xena's enamored with the needles.
She's fascinated by the needles, yeah.
Like, those are amazing. And then Xena thanks Malila, right, for saving her.
Yeah.
Because she didn't think that she wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
And Nicleo translates, what Malila says back to her, and she's wondering if Xena's angry with Caesar.
Yeah.
But before she can answer,
they're
invaded.
In comes little brother. So...
And Malila's shot with an arrow.
Malila jumps in front of Xena and takes the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So, Malila dies.
Yes.
And a new Xena is born.
And she starts breaking necks and smacking people with her hair.
And, yeah.
Slitting throats.
Tossing them in the fire.
Mm-hmm. And before she kills the last soldier, she tells him, tell Hades a new Xena's born, and to prepare.
Right.
For, how did she say it? Prepare for...
Tell Hades to prepare himself. A new Xena is born tonight with a new purpose in life.
Death.
Yes.
But in between this, while this whole scene's playing out, we're flashing back and forth.
Right.
We're going past to present, past to present, past to present.
Yeah.
And Nicleo's like, because of the way Xena's body's reacting, he's like, there's something happening.
Something's happening. Her pulse is failing.
Mm-hmm. And then she dies.
And then she's gone.
And Gabrielle's so upset.
Yes.
She breaks down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we got a little bit of subtext here with the way that she grabs her face. Mm-hmm. And the closeness of her face with Xena's. Because when you look at that and you look at a scene like that, when it looks that tender, you mainly only see that when it's a case of two lovers, Yeah. So that was voted as one of our subtext deals for the day.
Okay.
And then Gabrielle's pleading with her to wake up.
Yeah.
And then she starts, begging Nicleo to do something. Mm-hmm. And then we see the cross start flipping through the heavens. Mm-hmm. And then it goes...
Yeah.
And it's stationary. And then we have the scene that, freaks my shit out. It creeps me out.
Why?
Because when Malila's talking to her, her mouth doesn't move.
Yeah.
It freaks me out. Especially because, the look on her face, because she's just, doing this half grin deal.
Yeah.
It's like every horror movie I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Just not as much blood.
Oh, jeez. Well, yeah.
This scene scares me. So, you talk about that.
Well,
I can't go there again.
She tells Xena that, she has a destiny. And that she has to choose it.
Right.
And Xena says that she did choose it. She chose evil.
Oh, your kitty's looking for a way over here to you. He couldn't find it. He peeked over the computer's like, Mommy! Help! Mum! Mummy! Mum!
Oh, he's fine.
Hey, Joxer.
But anyway.
Yes.
So, she says that she did choose it.
Yeah.
She chose evil. And then Malila goes on to tell her, now that she knows evil and was evil, that she can fight evil. Mm-hmm. And
When the living think of the dead
Dead
can hear their
them.
thoughts.
And then we have, like...
Gabrielle's voiceover.
Gabrielle, and she's talking, and then you have, like...
Flashbacks from Death in Chains and Greater
episodes.
Good.
Yeah. And then you just hear Gabrielle, you know, I know you always told me to be strong.
I can't be, not now.
But you can't leave me.
No, it's not your time. I can feel it in my heart.
Yeah. And she says this.
And then she says our next little bit of subtext.
Okay.
Do you want to know what it is?
What is it?
She says, I just feel this emptiness that I have never known before, and it scares me, Xena.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you know Perdiccas just got killed when she married to him? But she ain't ever known an emptiness like losing Xena.
Yep.
So, who's Gabrielle's true love? Liliana. Who is it?
It's Xena.
It's Xena.
It's Xena. But yeah, I mean, she tells her that this world needs her and that she needs her.
Which is our last little bit of subtext for the episode.
Yes. Yes.
Are you so happy?
Yes. And then, you know...
I was kind of sad.
Xena's spirit, or that's, you know, with Malila, she's all like, well, I gotta go back.
Which is, I guess, technically a continuation of the subtext.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you had Xena, she pretty much begged Nicleo to not fix her.
Yeah.
You know, just let her die.
Mm-hmm.
And then she hears Gabrielle pleading with her to stay.
Right.
So she goes back for
like,
Gabrielle.
Well, maybe I should go back then.
Yeah. Gabrielle loves me. I will return. Afresh and anew.
So, that's the end of this part. Because it's a two-parter.
It's the end of Destiny.
And then this one will continue on.
There's no more Destiny.
Continue on the quest.
For the Holy Grail?
No, for
Xena's... God speak praised! We have a quest! No?
Yes, okay. If you say so.
Oh, I say so. So then the credits roll. And we have our disclaimer.
Yes.
Julius Caesar was not harmed during the production of this motion picture. However, the producers deny responsibility for any unfortunate acts of betrayal occurring soon thereafter.
Yes.
Good episode.
It was.
It was a good episode.
I like it.
I can dig it.
Me too.
These episodes, like our little, what do you want to call it? Like our podcast, our little commentaries that we're doing on these things.
Yes.
They're going to start getting longer because we're getting into the meaty episodes. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
So, we run like a long period of time for you guys. We sorry. You'll like us later. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
So, yeah. I really like this episode. I mean, it's among my top favorites.
Yeah?
And
it's among your top favorites?
Yeah. I don't realize that until I start rewatching them. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this one. I really like this one. But I don't have a photo mem like you, so I don't remember stuff until I start watching it again. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
My photo mem gets jumbled.
Yeah.
So if you guys, we're gonna meet some of you guys in person. You know, at the Xenite retreat.
Yeah.
And we're both super excited about that. So, if I'm ever trying to remember something, remember where it comes from, my photo mem when I'm talking on here, and it's real time, and Lillian and I are legit trying to have a conversation about it, and we're trying to keep it quick so you guys can listen and go about your day and do your own thing. Mm-hmm. That's the reason I get a lot of things jumbled, when I can't remember exactly where they are and what. But if I go back, I can literally go back and skim the entire thing in my head.
Yeah.
The entire episode in my head.
Yeah.
And I can tell you what scene it was, where they are, exactly what was said.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, in what context it was said. And usually what the minute marking on the DVD player is.
It's funny to watch. Because she'll sit there and start thinking, and you just see her eyes just going back and forth, really, really quick, she's reading something, fast, and then all of a sudden she's like, Okay, I got it. And then, yeah, she'll just name off everything. But it's funny. You're like reading it in your mind.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, because my memory legit works like a camera. You know, it'll work if it's a movie, it'll work like a movie camera. Yeah. If it's a book or a magazine, it legit works like I'm reading it all the way over again. And it's like, you know, it's almost one of those things that I dislike about myself.
What?
I don't know. Because it's bothersome. Because then, like, in the really rare instance that I do forget, like, truly just absolutely cannot remember, I can't find the right filing cabinet drawer that it's put in, I get so mad and so grumpy. Oh, and then when I hear it, it's like, that's right. That's it.
That's right.
You're right. You're right.
So, yeah.
So if you guys hear that a lot, it's not that I'm, like, absolutely daft and dumb when it comes to Xena knowledge. My mind's not processing on the same level.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, well, that's kind of like me. I tend to forget things.
But when she knows it, she knows it.
I mean, it's like, I know that. I can't remember it at the moment, but I know it.
I know it. Can't remember it. Can't explain it fully, but yeah.
Yeah.
Or see, mine I can give in, like, very explicit details.
Yeah.
If I try to.
Yeah.
It's like my notes. You guys should see some of my notes. I have to condense them down before we do a podcast. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, the entire thing would be nothing but my notes. Because I did a word count on one of my first drafts of notes for one of the things, and I had, like, over 5,000 words.
Oh, shit.
I was like, damn, that's bigger than that's more word counts than my fan fiction.
Right?
Yeah, that's pretty sad. But anyway.
So, yeah.
So, that's neither here nor there at this point in time. I'm just hoping that my photo mem doesn't crap out with Xena trivia at the retreat. If it does, I'm going to be very sad with myself.
Yeah.
I won't be mad or upset, because, I mean, it's all fun and games.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Of course, it's more fun to win, but...
Well, of course.
But I can handle not... No, I can't.
No, you cannot.
No, I will. I will be happy for whomever wins. It's all fun and games. Till someone loses an eye, and when they lose it, I didn't do it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, that does it for us. You have anything else to add?
Nope.
Renee O'Connor, Mother's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm. In Tallahassee.
Shakespeare by the Sea. She's playing the nurse. Her son's playing Romeo.
Mm-hmm. A couple weeks after that, there's the convention in Florida where her and Lucy will be both appearing.
For the first time since 2015.
It's been a while. Yeah.
And
I would love to go to that.
And then after that, Lucy will be at Motor City Comic Con.
Right.
That pretty much wraps it for us. We got the Xenite retreat. They did add another celebrity to that charity dinner, Missy Good.
Missy Good.
It's going to be there.
Yeah.
Fanfiction writer extraordinaire.
Yeah.
She also wrote When Fates Collide.
And Legacy?
Legacy.
The Legacy. Yeah. And she'll also be at the retreat.
Under Melissa Good.
Yeah.
So.
That's pretty exciting.
Melissa Good also wrote, she also coined the Conqueror fanfiction arc that played on Xena, on like a few of the Xena fanfiction sites. She's the first one to come out with a Conqueror series. So
yeah.
It's kind of nifty-roo.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's almost retreat time.
It's almost retreat time. We got our Xena shirts. I got my first couple of Xena shirts.
Yeah. You did.
I've been initiated.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. We signed our waivers, got them uploaded.
Yeah.
Penny's going to be happy with us now.
That way Penny doesn't yell at us.
She scared me.
She said she's going to come after anybody who didn't upload them and kick their arse.
She's all, I better not have to chase you guys down.
Right.
And I commented on her live feed. I was like, well, they're signed.
Yeah.
And then I uploaded shortly thereafter.
I laughed at her calling us her little Babbling Bards.
That was adorable.
She's like, oh, my little Babbling Bards.
Hello!
So yeah, I mean,
She seems to be a cool individual.
it'll be nice to meet her
Yeah.
in person.
Yeah.
So, and everybody else.
Right?
So yay.
I'm so excited.
We're excited. We're excited. So
I wonder what shade of blue.
you're still on the howling at the moon thing, aren't you?
Yes. It's because I heard the dogs howling outside.
They're howling at the moon?
Probably. Anyway, does that wrap it for us, Liliana? Are we done?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Yes. We are done. Good night.
I guess it's back to fan fiction writing for me. I go.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay. Alrighty, guys.
But we should really watch the quest because we can't leave Xena dead. It's just not right. It's un-American.
Okay.
It's un-Xenitian.
Okay. If you say so.
Alright, for a little bit and then we'll resurrect Xena.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alright. So, for now, we're out.
Okay.
Are we?
Yes. Good night.
So-
Happy chakrams. Battle on.
You guys do you. We'll do us. Be a force for good. There's so much ick out there. So, you guys go out. Keep being your awesome Xenite selves. And, have a beautiful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Whoever you are with. Be the best you that you can be. Right?
Yeah. Right.
And until next time. Happy chakrams. Battle on, Xenites. And, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Till then, Babbling Bards.
Out.
Out.